scanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Hello folks, it's Doug Wilkerson with Old School Boxing Talk. This is my review of last night's fight between Guillermo Rigondeaux and Vasily Lomachenko. Which, I'm going to start this here. The undercard was very, very, very bad. I think that the undercard fights were terrible. Except for Conlon. Conlon seemed to fight a guy that was pretty much on the right level as him. But the rest of these guys were fighting overmatched people. Very disappointed. It's time for Shakur Stevenson to fight somebody. Yeah, they're saying, oh, it's his fourth pro fight. But yeah, fourth pro fight, at least give me something. Not just find some guy that's just there to put on a pair of trunks and show up and, catch a punch or two and the ref stops it. Undercard was terrible. But that's what you're going to get, I guess, on that because all the money went to the main event guys. And let's go to the main event guys. Vasily Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux. Now, this was supposed to be a fight that we were supposed to find out some answers about Lomachenko. Unfortunately, Rigondeaux decided he wasn't going to help us because he showed up. I guess he'll get his check. And that's all, and made excuses for why he quit. So, Guillermo Rigondeaux was a guy that all of us in the boxing community that were big, that know about boxing, kept preaching about, oh, Rigo. And then, to me personally, it feels like after all of us going to bat for Rigondeaux, bitching, moaning, groaning, complaining, saying, hey, give this guy a shot, and after him getting blackballed after what he did to Nonito Donaire when he beat Donaire's ass, and it seemed like they decided to blackball him, he showed up last night and did absolutely nothing. Now, one of the promoters for whatever that little group is, Rock Nation, tried to say that he thought Rigondeaux won the first round and then nothing else. Let me explain something to you. Rigondeaux didn't win the first round. Rigondeaux didn't win the walk-in. Lomachenko dominated this thing from beginning to end. There was no questions about that. Now becomes a big question, and what I hate is, one of the things I hate about boxing right now is it seems like it's become a race issue. Because when I'm on a site and the guy goes, oh, proud to be white. I'm like, where'd that come from? Look, here's the thing about it. Boxing is a sport of warriors. I don't care what color you are, you're a warrior. And I hate the fact that you got these idiots, especially these Aryan idiots, who are so upset that there are no good American boxers, that they will now leech onto these Eastern European fighters and puff their chest up. And it seems like, every time the Aryans try to find something they're good at, just like the UFC, it doesn't go anywhere because it's a niche thing. It catches off a little bit, like, how mixed martial arts was supposed to take over for boxing. It was supposed to eradicate boxing. And now they can't even get a new deal on Fox. They got the deal on Fox, and they talked WMG into buying the UFC. And WMG quickly found out they're losing money left and right. Dana White took his stock and his money, got the hell out. Now you talking about getting into boxing. Uh, the Diaz brothers, who should have been in boxing a long time, are now talking about they want to get into boxing. Because, look, here's the bottom line. Boxing is where the money's at. Boxing is where the better fighters are at. And I don't like all these racist idiots deciding to, bring that shit into boxing. Boxing, I can see if you root for your fighter from your country, national pride, hey, I'm good with that. But when you start saying that, you start going on a race level, I'm not good with that. I'm not cool with that. I felt that in the last decade, Andre Ward was the most disrespected American gold medalist ever. I remember in the 70s when Leon Spinks, when Michael Spinks, when Sugar Ray Leonard, when those cats came from the 76 Olympics. The 84 like Pernell Whitaker, Mark Breland, those cats came out, they were highly respected by the networks, highly respected by the quote-unquote boxing media. Yet here these same people come out, and the last man to win a gold medal, Andre Ward, American gold medal, they shit on him. They totally shit on Andre Ward. No American man has won a gold medal since Andre Ward. You would think that the boxing media, especially American boxing media, would have puffed up Andre Ward and made a big deal about Andre Ward, but they didn't. They shit on him. And they're still trying to shit on his legacy. And and I find that offensive. I found the young men's comments last night offensive, but there are idiots out there, so you just try to deal with those idiots and just enjoy the fight. Now comes the big thing that is happening now is this talk about pound for pound. It seems like a lot of these people, especially these Aryans, are so intent on having themselves, one of theirs, as pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Now, Vasily Lomachenko is very good. Very good. Make no mistake about it. But I don't think he's better than Terrence Crawford. I don't think he's better than Gennady Golovkin. I don't think he's better than Canelo Alvarez. There are so many fighters. There are fighters out there that I don't think he's better than. Now, after last night's debacle, I'm now willing to put Lomachenko, and I am a Lomachenko rooter. I like Lomachenko. I am willing to put Lomachenko in the top 5. He's my number 5. And the thing that holds me back with Lomachenko is he is not, since he lost to Orlando Salido, he has never fought, he's never fought a fighter with that style since. To show us he can handle that kind of style. 2, he hasn't avenged the loss to Salido. And 3, he's never dominated and cleaned out a division since he's turned pro. He's won one belt, the WBO belt, which is the top-ranked championship, and that's it. And fought a couple setups and then kept it going. I would like to see him fight Burchelt. I'd like to see him win an IBF title, a WBC title, a WBA title. Win another title from another organization. Fight another champion. He's never fought another reigning champion, in his weight class. The resume for Lomachenko is not that strong. The best names on his resume are, what the hell is it? Gary Russell, whose resume sucked, and now Rigondeaux and Salido. So he's 2-1 against the best fighters on his resume, the best fighters with the best resume that he's faced. 2-1. And he's fought a bunch of setup guys. Guys that were tailor-made for him. And no, I'm not going to say Rigondeaux was tailor-made for him. I'm just going to say Rigondeaux, for some reason, cried and moaned and groaned for this fight. Then he got this fight and decided not to fight, which is a damn shame. Because I looked at the fight. I said, we're going to get a slow. I'm figuring we're going to get the first 6 rounds. We're going to slow tactical fight. Both guys are two-time Olympic gold medalist. Both guys don't lose often. So I'm figuring the first 6 rounds of this fight are going to be slow. You know, pick and choose, pick and nit and pick, you know. That's what I was thinking going in, like a chess matches, you know. And I thought maybe the first 6 rounds, you're going to have to, you know, the rounds are going to be so close that you know, that you can argue who won what, but that wasn't the case. It was a fucking whitewash. From round 1 to round 5, it was just Lomachenko just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. Rigondeaux just being a defensive posture. Rigondeaux just posing, you know, trying not to get hit. You know, the man threw not many punches. You know, he held more. He got a point deducted for holding. What I realized in this fight is that Lomachenko's not a big puncher. That's cool. He's a good boxer, but what he does is his ability and his angles give people so many problems that he sets you up. And the kind of fighter Lomachenko seems to be is he's not a guy that's going to knock you out. This guy's going to beat you down and make you quit because you're so frustrated because you can't touch this guy. A modern-day version of Willie Pep is what I'm seeing with Lomachenko. But I just want to see him put some more better fighters in. I would like to see him see Burchelt. You know, win a couple championships in the division. You know, he's never been a unified champion. Unify a couple belts. You know, unify a belt, you know, at 130. You know, I mean, the media, Teddy Atlas, Stephen A. Smith, those two idiots. The boxing media, who seem to be on the payroll of Top Rank and Golden Boy, will tell you that Lomachenko is this dominant force. The reality says no, he's not. He's a guy that is being protected. He's been given the right opponents at the right time to show off his skill set. Guys that match his skills, that make his skill set shine, is what I'm seeing from Lomachenko. What I want to see from Lomachenko is someone that's not that I want to see. The thing I want to see from any fighters, I want to see a fighter go through adversity. How do you happen when you can't go through when plan A doesn't work? You have to go to plan B, plan C. You know, people wonder why I ranked Earl Spence high, because the Kell Brook fight, we saw that. Earl Spence had a plan A, didn't work. He had to go to plan B, and sometimes even plan C, but he got the win at the end. I want to see fighters do that. I want to see fighters tested. So till next time, it's Doe Wilson signing off for Old School Boxing Talk. Goodbye.